Hello and welcome to our Southeast Asian History podcast. Today, we journey back to the late 18th and early 19th centuries, a time when the Mekong River was far more than a lifeline for trade and travel. It was the central stage of political rivalry, power struggles, and the contest for regional dominance in mainland Southeast Asia. To understand this turbulent era clearly, we will focus on three key cities: Hatien, Aodong, and Vientiane. These were not just cities, but strategic nodes where power, commerce, and survival intersected. Timeline. Part 1. A divided Vietnam and the southward expansion. Let us begin in Vietnam, historically known as Dai Viet. By the late Lê dynasty, royal authority had weakened significantly. Real power fell into the hands of two powerful noble families, the Trinh lords in the north and the Nguyen lords in the south. In many ways, this period resembled a Vietnamese version of the Three Kingdoms, a king in name, but competing factions controlling armies, taxation, and trade routes. The Nguyen lords adopted a decisive strategy known as southward expansion. Their goal was to control fertile lands, river mouths, and coastal ports, because whoever controlled these areas controlled wealth, manpower, and long-term political power. Timeline. Part 2. Udong and Cambodia as a buffer state. Now we move west to Cambodia. After the decline of Angkor, Cambodia faced constant pressure from its neighbors. The political center shifted several times, and one of the most important capitals during this era was Udong, Udong Mean Chey. Udong rose to prominence precisely when the Nguyen lords were expanding southward and approaching Cambodian territory. Vietnamese influence did not rely solely on military force. Political marriages played a crucial role. Historical records describe Nguyen daughters being married into the Cambodian royal family, giving Vietnam a strong foothold within the court at Udong. At the same time, Siam had long been involved in Cambodian politics from the west. As a result, Cambodia became a classic buffer state, a political chessboard where two regional powers competed for influence. When succession disputes erupted, rival Cambodian princes often fled, one seeking Siamese support, another turning to Vietnam. Internal conflict became inseparable from regional rivalry. Part 3. Hatien. Trade, wealth, and strategic vulnerability. To understand power in this era, we must talk about economics, and no city illustrates this better than Hatien. Hatien was a major port city, uniquely positioned between sea routes and inland river systems. It connected maritime trade to the Mekong River network, linking Cambodia, Laos, and the wider region. Chinese migration played a crucial role in Hatien's rise. Merchants and settlers transformed the city into a thriving commercial hub. Wealth flowed in, and with it, strategic importance. But prosperity came at a cost. Hatien lay directly at the intersection of Cambodian, Vietnamese, and Siamese spheres of influence. To survive, its rulers practiced careful diplomacy, maintaining relations, and sometimes tribute, with multiple powers at once. Eventually, however, Hatien could not escape conflict. As regional tensions escalated, the port became a military target, a reminder that in pre-modern Southeast Asia, trade and warfare were never truly separate. Part 4. Vientiane and the fragmentation of Lan Xang. Following the Mekong northward, we arrive at Lan Xang, once one of the most powerful kingdoms in the region. Over time, internal succession struggles weakened the state. Lan Xang ultimately fragmented into three kingdoms: Vientiane, Luang Prabang, and Champasak. This fragmentation marked a turning point. Divided, each kingdom lost the ability to resist external pressure. Rulers sought legitimacy and military backing from stronger neighbors: Siam, Vietnam, and later Burma. Vientiane, in particular, became deeply entangled in regional power politics. Its survival depended not only on internal authority, but on navigating the competing ambitions of surrounding empires. When a state fragments, its bargaining power collapses, and external forces inevitably step in. Conclusion. Three cities, one regional power struggle. When we step back and connect the dots, a clear pattern emerges. Udong represented political authority in Cambodia, a buffer state under constant pressure. Ha Tien symbolized economic power, and trade routes the arteries of regional influence. Vientiane illustrated the vulnerability of fragmented inland kingdoms. Together, these cities reveal how local political instability expanded into large-scale regional rivalry. What began as internal disputes in Cambodia and Laos evolved into prolonged power struggles between Siam and Vietnam conflicts, whose echoes shaped borders, alliances, and historical memory well into the modern era. Soft music fades out. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.